welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and this is Meant to Offend. So if you're offended, good. Haven't done meant to Offend in a while. Real excited to dig into today's topic. But before I do, this video has sponsorship. That's right, and not just any sponsorship. You may recall a time not too very long ago when I was trying to help raise money for a project called GRIZZLED. GRIZZLED being the mutant penguin who rampages through the forests. A lot of you have still asked me whatever happened to that project. Well, the money never got raised to make the movie. So, Rick Foreman, the progenitor of this project, was not going to give up hope on this amazing idea, so instead he turned it into a novel. Because if you can't watch something, read it, because books are good for you. Anyway, so this novel is now out. It's called GRIZZLED, all capitals and an exclamation point, so you know it's good. As aforementioned, Rick Foreman is the author of this book. If you're wondering what the context is, I already told you, giant mutant penguin, all right? So this is kind of a spoof of the Nature Run Amok series. I think like in the 70s, Jaws, Grizzly, The Prophecy, the monster movie, this kind of, this ilk. And your basic premise is three forest rangers and a grizzled hunter do battle with a giant mutant penguin. Yeah. I read the script back when it was a thing, back when when they were working on the film. Which, by the way, another reason to buy this book. Still could happen. Rick is really into wanting to make this film. I 100% support this and will be in it if he ever does. So buying this book shows interest and generates wealth, which could lead to this movie being made. Another excellent reason to buy it. You can also buy it in paperback or in ebook. So if you're like, screw paper, you can get it as an ebook. And if you're like, fuck the trees, you can have a paperback. It's great. It's awesome. You can buy it for yourself. You can buy 20 copies. You can buy 30 copies or 1,000 copies. Because, this sort of heartwarming tale of a bunch of rednecks versus a giant mutant penguin is exactly the kind of gift you should be giving probably to small children and like everybody else for the holidays, which are coming up, guys, by the way. So excellent opportunity for gift giving. I highly recommend it. Not to mention, if you go buy this book and me having, done this wonderful video shows a marked increase in book sales, then Rick will give me more money to promote his stuff again. So more incentives to buy it. Go check it out now. All the links to find that are right down below. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because we will be giving away a free copy of GRIZZLED. So stick around at the end of the video. You'll find out exactly how you can win your copy. And you'll have fun doing it too. So now, who's offended? Who's getting offended today? People getting offended are anybody who still actually believes Rian Johnson's trilogy is getting made. Because it's so cute how naive you are, and you need to wake up and live in reality. The reality where that ain't ever gonna happen. The reality where the last filmmaker to be announced as a part of the Star Wars universe is the one furthest along in project development. That's Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige's also already talking about who he wants to play certain characters. So clearly, that is a lot more developed than Rian Johnson's vague, what was the latest statement from Disney made about like, oh yeah, of course, still working out, talking to Disney about what this thing is gonna maybe look like and stuff and things, and just super ridiculously vague, like many of the comments have been. But this one almost seems vaguer than some other ones. The other ones have been like, yep, still doing the trilogy, still working on it, gonna get right to it after Knives Out is done. Well, pretty sure Rian Johnson's creative commitment to Knives Out is over. That movie is finished. It had its debut at a film festival months ago, last month, September. That's now months ago, and comes out later this month. So that time commitment is no longer a thing. So one would think, yeah, I nose to the grindstone making Star Wars, but obviously some things have changed at Lucasfilm. They said bye to Benioff and Weiss. Didn't really seem to shed a tear about it. So that kind of suggests they're not that interested in keeping controversial names on board, and not that interested in pumping out Star Wars movie after Star Wars movie after Star Wars movie. Committing to a whole new trilogy when they don't even know how Rise of Skywalker is going to land with the audience seems a little bit, putting the cart before the horse. And Disney is quickly learning that is not a recipe for success. So, all the factors being considered, the odds of Rian Johnson making a Star Wars trilogy are slim to none. But what if he does? Are you gonna feel so stupid that you were wrong? No. No, because I enjoyed calling all of you stupid in the meantime, you being anyone who believes that it's actually going to get made. And when it turns out I'm wrong, I'll just go, well, I'm wrong. Now there's going to be 3 more Star Wars movies for me to get livid about. And that's great because, yelling is fun for me, and expressing my anger in this way allows me to let it out. It's a very healthy form of very therapeutic method for me. So, I'm not going to lose sleep if it gets made. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, they're just ruining Star Wars. They already did. They already did by letting him make the first movie. Well, you can't kill something that's already dead. You're just going to, resurrect it just so you can beat it to death some more. Great. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. I'm really not. I am just going to be ridiculously entertained by the fact that Disney's like, yeah, we don't care about putting out crowd-pleasing movies. Ha, Disney, a family company? What are you talking about? We just want to make divisive nonsense. That's not what they usually think. So again, odds of Rian Johnson doing this, not high. But maybe they do, and then it's funny. Because you're like, what are you thinking? What is your angle here? Oh, we're gonna make divisive Star Wars movies. We're gonna make edgy ones. We're gonna do ones that subvert genre some more. Because Rian Johnson's so good at pretending he subverts genre, but not actually ever doing it in any of his movies ever. So, yeah, we're all really, really excited to finally find out that that's in the trash can for goodsies. And this latest update makes it feel like it's trending that way. Now, look, it could already be scrapped. It could be easily canned. Rian Johnson or Disney is not going to come and out him right before his movie comes out. That would be poor form. That would be, burning bridges. Not that they're ever going to want to use his services ever again. But, that's still, it would be a little rude. Of course, Rian Johnson's not going to come out and be like, yeah, my trilogy's canceled right before his huge movie. But if you hear this news sometime before Christmas or shortly after the release of Rise of Skywalker, don't be surprised. And if you don't hear it then, don't be surprised. In the aftermath of Rise of Skywalker, if it goes well, Disney's just going to be riding on that success for a little bit, and if it doesn't go well, they're going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage control, and that's not going to include announcing things like, yeah, we axed Rian Johnson from his trilogy, sorry. Expect to hear a lot more about Kevin Feige's upcoming movie that apparently has legs on it, and other things like more Disney Plus projects, or like, oh, how Mandalorian was renewed for a second season, because that's probably going to happen, because it looks like they let Jon Favreau kind of do his own thing and make an actually decent movie. So if you're still holding out for a Rian Johnson trilogy, you have no taste in cinema, first of all, and also you're a moron. So that's mostly it. I don't need to do what Disney would be doing if they hired Rian Johnson and beat a dead horse. Yeah. So now let's get right to it. Let me tell you how to win your very own copy of GRIZZLED. GRIZZLED, which you have to say like that because exclamation point and all caps. So, mutant penguin rampaging through the forest, hilarity ensues. I don't know if some of the I'm assuming the characters carried over from the screenplay into the book, and if so, I'm super excited for them. I'm going to be getting my copy very, very soon. You might hear more and more about this because I'm excited. I think it's a wonderful project. The humor in it, trust me, you will not be disappointed. Again, I've read the screenplay. I can only imagine that the book is able to get even more ridiculous with a lot of these ideas, and you will not be disappointed. So, if you're interested in winning a copy of GRIZZLED, which you should be, here is how. Now, first of all, this is only going to be limited to people in North America, Europe, and Australasia. So if you're not one of those places, sorry. I guess maybe you could put in and get the ebook. That's a thing. You can take it up with Rick. I'm just telling you what Rick told me. So anyway, don't ask how, but GRIZZLED spoofs potential sequels, just right in it, I guess, with a series of incorrect titles. None of these are what the title of the actual sequel would be. They mention various different ones, and it changes all the time. For example, GRIZZLED, with now 2 exclamation points, obviously, because it's the sequel, has had various subtitles, including The Rogue Waddler, later Grizzle Harder. I'm partial to that one. And The Emperor Penguin Strikes Back, which, of course, we can all agree is delightful. So, in order to enter this contest, you simply need to drop a comment down below and give us your own GRIZZLED title. It can be anything. You can spoof off of a movie title. You can parody off of something that exists, or it can be like way out there. Like GRIZZLED. What's for dinner? GRIZZLED, penguins are delicious. GRIZZLED, humans are delicious. GRIZZLED, Attack of the Killer Frogs. Mutant penguin returns with an army of... I don't know. Just use your imaginations. You have them. So anyway, comment section below. Drop that right down there. Your name for GRIZZLED 2. And make sure that you type GRIZZLED in all caps with 2 exclamation points, otherwise we won't know what you're talking about. And then Rick Foreman himself is going to scroll through the comments. He's going to pick out the one that makes him laugh the hardest. He's going to reply to your comments, so make sure you're keeping an eye out if you are interested in this contest. And then if he selects your title, you're going to contact him at r.ddarkco@gmail.com. I'm assuming he'll probably tell you that in the comment as well. And let him know where to send your free copy of GRIZZLED. So that's super exciting. I'm excited for that project. This is something that I personally, I love independent creators. I actually have stuff, I have like 3 books that I'm still supposed to be reading from independent creators. I'm going to, so if you're one of those people who sent it to me and you're like, Jesse, never read and reviewed my book, I'm working on it. I love all of your material. I love everybody who's creating fun and awesome things. So if you're into horror, if you're into that kind of thing, it's horror comedy, right? If you saw Tucker and Dale vs. Evil and loved it, which you should because it's amazing, GRIZZLED is going to be for you. Definitely check out GRIZZLED. What else can I say about it? Just do it because I said so. And once again, you buying that book is going to help me on 2 fronts. 1, buy a gajillion copies, raise the money, make the movie. I'll get to be in it. And 2, if me telling you to buy it makes you go buy it, then Rick will pay me to tell you to buy it more. So sponsorship and videos is super exciting. So if you like me, it's a really, really easy and simple way to, help this channel grow. So thanks very, very much for watching. If you were offended, awesome. As I said, you're a moron. If you weren't, then clearly, great minds think alike, I guess. Make sure you press the like button. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. You have the notifications on. Go into your settings and make sure you're getting notifications for all videos, not personalized, because if you click personalized, YouTube decides you don't want to watch my content. And then click the links that'll be popping up here in a moment or two. You got get involved with me because YouTube hates me, so I have to find other ways that you can help support this channel, like Patreon. For $1 a month, you're going to get access to a whole bunch of fun stuff, including exclusive videos just for Patreon that are starting up this month. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, Teespring, there's some designs right down there below, or if you want to just cut right to the source, my PayPal Me account, you'll find all that information through that video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Jesse Milestone, on Instagram, Mindless Entertainment, and at Team Jesse on Twitter. That's the official Jesse Milestone fan account run by not me. And then make sure you subscribe to LA Cheesesteak Reviews. It's an awesome new channel I'm working on with me and my fellow Philly transplants as we try to find a decent cheesesteak in LA. Largely fail, hilarity ensues. You're going to love it. Anyway, that's all I got for you for now. So, God Empress out.